After pretty much every other major manufacturer has dipped their toe into the CSC market, Canon has announced the EOS M. Aimed squarely at the first-time novice user, has the wait been worth it? What has changed is the lens mount. It uses a new EF M lens mount. It's slightly smaller than that found on a Canon DSLR, but what you can do is use the new adapter which will allow you to use your Canon lenses with the EOS M. There's two lenses at the moment. There's the 22mm and an 18-55mm standard zoom. It's also got a hybrid AF system with 31 points. It uses phase detect and contrast detect AF. You've got 1080p video and a broad ISO range from 100 to 12,800. The Canon EOS M borrows much of its design DNA from the PowerShot and Ixus Canon compact range. It's a nice looking camera, if a little understated. The main design cue is this indent here, which provides a slightly angled shutter button for a more comfortable hold. There's no hand grip as such, but you've got this textured front element here. It's available in four colours: black, red, silver and white, and we've had the chance to play with a couple of different options, and what we've noticed is that the black version with its mottled sort of matte finish is a lot nicer in the hand than the high gloss white finish that's also available. That said though, it's got a nice magnesium alloy panels around the body to produce a really solid, comfortable hold, and has to be one of the best made compact system cameras on the market. The EOS M has minimal exterior controls. You've got this scroll wheel at the back here with a four-way D-pad and a couple of buttons, as well as your main modal up the top there. So in use, a lot of it relies on the touchscreen interface. We have to say the EOS M's user interface is one of the best we've seen. The touch control is really responsive. Just light touches can make a massive difference. You can just easily skim through controls. There's a nice handy quick menu, so you've got access to your main shooting controls. You can quickly make adjustments and then carry on shooting. If you're going to be using aperture priority or shutter priority, you just have to select your settings there. You've got manual, aperture priority, shutter priority, program, and then you've got some scene modes and you've got creative auto. I'll just skim back to aperture priority. I'm now in aperture priority, and to control my aperture, all I have to do is just use the scroll wheel. To quickly change exposure modes, I can just quickly use the scroll wheel again, and as you can see I can dial in as much exposure compensation as I want, but you don't really have to do that with the EOS M as the metering is pretty consistent. There's a couple of niggles. We would say that when you're reviewing images, they can take a while. It's just that split-second delay between them being really pin sharp, and you can't just tap on the screen to zoom in. You have to literally pinch, but the pinch is probably one of the best features we've seen on a touchscreen camera. The EOS M offers real-time metering direct from the image sensor and can be relied upon in pretty much most conditions, delivering pleasing results. The EOS M's auto white balance delivered pleasing neutral results while shooting in either natural or artificial light sources. They could be considered a little cooler in some circumstances. Delivering one of the highest pixel counts offered by a CSC, the EOS M produces a very good level of detail, with our tests revealing the EOS M is capable of rendering finely spaced horizontal lines right down to 28. The results are pretty much image noise free from the base ISO until ISO 800, when it starts to encroach on the image. Above that, and the image noise becomes progressively more apparent, with ISO 6400 just about acceptable, though colour noise does see the image deteriorate quite a bit. Canon needed to deliver something pretty special with the EOS M, but by blending the best bits of their compact and DSLR systems, they pretty much have. The EOS M is a fantastic CSC. For the full review, go to watchdigitalcamera.com.